well, what about, I say, how did the universe get here? Big Bang Theory, okay? You say, well, think about this. You believe in all the scientific theories, right? Of course. I said, what about thermodynamics and the various laws of thermodynamics? Of course. I said, what about entropy, the second law, that says things move toward a state of disorganization? Yeah, of course we believe that. I said, so you're telling me that there's all this stuff out there and there's a big bang and it comes completely into order to the point where we can predict 60 years, 70 years when a comet is coming? Now, how does that fit with entropy? Well, we don't understand everything, you know. That's what they always say. We don't understand everything. I said, well, you say that we evolve bit by bit, little things happen which make the organ system a little more adaptable and able to function. I said, what about the eyeball? The human eyeball, very complex structure, has many, many parts, all of which need the other parts in order to be functional. So, how did that happen? How did all these little parts occur because they wouldn't have any function? Well, we don't understand everything. You know, that's what they always say. Well, the fact of the matter is, I then say, you have a theory in which you place your faith, and I have a theory in which I place my faith. And I said, you can believe that if you want, but I simply don't have enough faith to believe what you believe. I'm a person of limited faith, so I have to believe in God. You know, that always gets them when you say that. But it is true. God has planted wonderful evidence for us. You look at the complexity of the human brain. There is nothing in the universe that even begins to compare with the complexity of your brain. Billions and billions of neurons, hundreds of billions of interconnections. It remembers everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever heard. How many people remember your birthday? Let me just see your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, what did your brain have to do for you to respond to that question? First of all, the sound waves had to leave my lips, travel through the air, enter your external auditory mediators, travel down to your tympanic membrane, set up a vibratory force, which travel across the oscars of the middle ear to the oval and round window, set up a vibratory force in the endolymph, which mechanically distorted the microcilia, converting mechanical energy to electrical energy, which travel across the cochlear nerve to the cochlear nucleus at the pontomedullary junction, from there to the superior olivary nucleus, ascending virally up the brainstem to the loud meniscus, to the inferior colliculus and the medial geniculate nuclei, across the thalamic radiations to the posterior temporal lobes, begin the auditory processing. From there to the frontal lobes, coming down the tract of Victor Jure, returning the memory from the media hippocampal structures to the mammary bodies, back to the frontal lobes to start the motor response at the bet cell level, coming down the corticospinal tract, across the internal capsule into the cerebral peduncle, descending down to the cervical medullary decussation into the spinal brain area, synapsing door, going out to the neuromuscular junction, stimulating the nerve and the muscle, so you can raise your hand. Now that of course, is the simplified version of what your brain has to do. See if you can get one of those rap singers to do that. But, you know, if you put your mind to something, can you imagine what the human brain is actually capable of? And that's what we need to understand. And we need to understand that God has given us plenty of evidence of who He is, and plenty of evidence of who we are. And He wants us to use what He has given us to bring honor and glory to His holy name.